The round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will. It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
Marcus, start us with a prayer.
Today I want us to pray to the Indian god Kali.
Kali!
Yes, the god of destruction and the god of energy.
That motherfucker owes me money, man.
It's a woman. So,
Well,
everybody...
a motherfucker can be a woman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the god of destruction is a woman? Perfect.
Absolutely. She is the god of destruction. She is also the god of energy. For right now, today, we are at a low energy. And we need to bring ourselves up to a high energy.
Kalima.
Good job, guys.
Is that it? Welcome to the Roundtable of Gentlemen, everybody. The greatest podcast that's ever existed. Jackie Zebrowski isn't here. She's busy eating. But sitting in for her is...
Amber Nelson.
Thanks for being here, Amber.
Thank you for having me. It's
All right.
wonderful.
I'm Ed Larson, of course. I slept here. I spilled beer in my pants. I'm a mess.
Eddie and I were here until 7:30 in the morning arguing with the bartender because he kept on playing Kid Rock. And I love Kid Rock as a person. Musically, not the greatest.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Holdenators, ho! From your head to your fucking toes.
You already said that last week.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. No, I
didn't,
Do a
did
bunch of fucking blow.
All right, everyone. So today's show, once again, isn't going to be good.
I want to say right now, thank you for the ball picks we've been getting in. We got a couple ball picks rolling in. They make me want to fucking throw up.
Listeners sent us pictures of their balls.
We asked for pictures of your balls. You send us pictures of your balls, and it makes me want to vomit every time Marcus forwards me one. You got one right there?
Yeah. This one is from listener Jeff. He says,
Jeff.
Urgent notice for the round table. You can now start piecing together your hermaphrodite email photo creature, Holdenators Ho.
Holdenators Ho.
Jeff, you have nice balls. I'll go ahead and say that. I don't know who you are.
Oh, yeah. Take a look at those.
Those are nice. Those are nice balls.
All right, let's introduce the rest of the people before we discuss those disgusting testicles.
Those are nice.
We got them, boys.
All right.
We're sending them in.
We got
tits. We got taint. We got balls. We got ass.
I could go for more tits.
Yeah, definitely send us your tits.
Draw a
and
couple
only your tits.
fucking nipples on them, and they'll be tits.
I mean, you would think differently about balls if babies had to suckle on balls to get milk.
There you go.
I would love to put some nipples on my balls and have a baby.
Whoa!
Come
I
on.
didn't say it. I didn't finish the sentence, and I didn't mean it. This is a satirical program.
Everybody,
all right.
be
With us
upset.
Sitting in for Kevin Barnett, we got the Micah Fox.
Blackest chick we know.
Oh, absolutely, Micah Fox. She's got a great program
You don't
there.
want to do that.
No, definitely
Whatever
not.
you're trying to start me doing is a mistake.
Definitely not. Micah's going to be racially sensitive today. And you have a show called Micah Fox and Friends.
That's right.
So check that out. And then we're joined by three great men. Murder Fist performed at a show called the Macaulay Culkin Show in Bushwick.
Yeah.
And there was a sketch group called Man Boobs. And I'll tell you one thing. It described how Murder Fist looks. Because they all have male tits. And they're fat and ugly men. But they're Man Boobs comedy. Brendan O'Rourke.
Hey, hi everybody. Thank you. Hi. Hey, thanks.
Charming fella. Hey. And then there's Jeremy. And Jeremy, you know what? I asked Brendan for your last name. You know what he didn't do?
He didn't care.
Remember it. Yeah, he doesn't remember your last name.
Or care. Balin. Whatever, though.
Jeremy Balin.
You said Balin or Balin.
Yeah.
You said Balin
I'm pretty
or Balin.
sure it's Balin, though.
Balin? How is it? What is it, Jeremy?
It's.
Do you know?
Balin.
It's Balin.
Let's go, Balin. I call bullshit.
Say I'm Jeremy Balin. And I'm proud of my last name.
I'm proud of.
All right. And there's a fella, gotta say it, there's a program back in the day called Pete and Pete, and we're here with the younger Pete, Danny Tamborelli, and he's also in Man Boobs. And thanks for being here, Danny.
Oh, thank you for having me. That was a lovely introduction.
It wasn't bad.
It was okay.
It was average.
I mean,
you hate the Pete and Pete thing.
I would take you on the road to all the bad markets. Like, you want to come and do my Oshkosh show?
Oshkosh, Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I'm from Stevens Point, baby. Yeah. That's my homeland. Yeah. Take me to Oshkosh.
Reasons to go there.
Oshkosh on the water. Wrestling tournament. There was a boy, and he was 135 pounds, and he was wrestling another boy 135 pounds because that's how they organize these things. And,
Keep it legal.
And you wouldn't believe it. I'm sitting there. I'm wearing my sweats, and I'm vigorously drinking and eating Gatorade and granola bars.
Oh, okay.
And I hear a scream come from the auditorium. It's the loudest scream I've ever heard in my entire life.
Someone saw you?
No, but that's a funny joke, Eddie. And I ran.
Eddie! Yeah! Got that fucker!
Eddie's
Got it.
Jeremy, I'm giving Eddie's joke to you. Okay. Good joke, Jeremy.
Thank you so much. It's kind of like my last name, which is
hilarious. And so I rushed towards the screams because I'm a hero. And turns out a boy, arm bent backwards.
Ooh.
Yeah, disgusting. He got thrown down on his back. The arm literally just went straight back, and he was cut. Oh, he was touching his own shoulder, but like the wrong way.
Oh, that's
I nearly vomited.
That's great.
Was he wrestling, or is this just some guy in the audience who
didn't know how to move his arm right? No, he was wrestling. A guy picked him up, as you would, because he was in the down position. He was trying to stand up. A guy stood him up there and brought him down to the mat. And the guy tried to brace himself with his arm, and then his arm said, "I'm not here for you, buddy. I'm going to fail you." And then the arm really got hurt.
Hell yeah.
It was great. Either way, I got 8th in that tournament. And,
okay, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And
Out of how many?
9.
So you beat one.
Always
one guy didn't show up. Which was
and
good.
You beat that guy.
Oh, I destroyed that ghost.
Right.
Yeah. I was number 1.
By the water.
Oshkosh by the water. But yes, thank you, Danny. So,
Hey, that means that, you don't even need a place to stay then, right? You don't even need hotel.
No, I'm going to stay with the guy who broke his arm.
Yeah,
he's still on the mat. Yeah. Danny Tamborelli and I. Check us out. Ben Kissel and Danny Tamborelli.
Stop reading it off the paper.
I just want to say, Ben, you've been doing such a great job of reading the names off the paper.
Timberelli.
Well, again, Eddie and I were here until 7:30 in the morning. I woke up drunk at 3 p.m.
Oh, my. Did you sleep in the fucking...
You do.
I slept in this room.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, people were mad at me.
Oh,
no
who
one was
mad. Was Marcus mad?
I was supposed to be at work. They were mad.
Oh.
I woke up at 3 p.m. I was like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I can go back to sleep. I was like, oh, wait, I was up to 7.
You thought time reversed. Yeah.
That damn 12-hour
When were you supposed to? Yeah. When were you supposed to be at work again?
11.
At 11 a.m.
Yeah, and I woke up at 3.
Well, I hope you don't get fired from that cheesesteak place.
They didn't fire me. They
of course they
softies. I would have fired me.
What was going through your head when you went to bed at 7:30 in the morning, thinking,
I had
be
no
at work
idea.
soon?
Eddie and I were just listening. I was trying to get old country music playing, and Eddie was trying to get his rock and roll playing, and we were just arguing with his bartender who kept on playing Kid Rock.
Well, that
Today's
is
one
the
of those
perfect
days.
mixture between old country and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah, he
Truth
wouldn't
be
let us
told.
listen to us.
He
I
nails
just
it.
started living it.
you started this thing by saying you didn't have a problem with Kid Rock personally.
I love Kid. As a person, I think he's hilarious. He's wonderful. He's got good political points of view.
I want to go on the cruise.
The Kid Rock cruise.
He does a cruise.
Is it just on a
I'm down.
lake and they just put it on a boat and throw you a beer?
Kid Rock's 6th annual Chillin' the Most cruise.
Fuck yeah,
Chillin' the most.
Who's
Sold
on,
out.
Who's on
Of
that
course.
cruise? It's always sold out. Who's on that cruise?
People who are
Biggest
chilling.
pontoon boat in Lake Havasu.
It's just Kid Rock chilling the most. Everyone else is having a terrible time.
I would watch Kid Rock chill my entire life. I would love to go on a cruise with him.
How much does that vacation cost?
Well, I do know the lineup. Special guests will not be announced until they're on board together. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen.
Boat.
That's it.
He's
Kid
gonna
Rock
get.
and special guest Uncle Cracker.
It probably is. I think they've done it before.
I'm sure. It's
Everlast.
oh my!
I can't believe he killed that midget, man.
He didn't kill the little person.
Kid Rock killed him.
No, the disease killed him.
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, made him go on tour, and his little body couldn't take it.
Well, I mean, you have to treat him like people, Eddie.
Oh, he died.
wanted to go on tour with him.
He died
I
from
don't care if you weigh 80 pounds. You're drinking all this booze.
Yeah, I mean, he killed him.
What was the name of the little fella that he used to rock and roll?
Joe
with?
C.
Joe C. I love that little kid. He looks so fun in those green suits.
Who does his part in Ball with the Ball now?
I don't know.
Someone's gotta
Peter
do it.
Dinklage?
If little people are like little dogs, that means they have bad heart problems, and he was probably doing a bunch of blow and fucking wrecked his old bullshit up.
Yeah,
But he
Kid
was-
Rock killed this little fucker.
He died doing what he loved.
Yeah.
Blow and hookers.
I'm just so happy Jeremy without the last name is here. Marcus, what's a news story?
Hey, all right. Let's see here. A crew member on the show Cops was shot and killed by police during a robbery in Omaha.
Wow.
I love this story.
Bryce Dion, 38, was an audio technician on the Langley production show and is the first production member killed in the 25 years the show has been on the air.
Darwin Award. Come on. He was asking for it.
Oh, let's see here. The crew had been...
How do you do it?
The crew had been filming in Omaha all summer. On Tuesday night, about 9:20 p.m., he and one other crew member, a cameraman, rode with officers responding to a robbery at a Wendy's restaurant. The suspect died at a Wendy's.
I got 15 square burgers. Pretty good robbery overall, I would say.
The suspect, Cortez Washington, 32, fired 2 shots at the officers who responded with a hail of gunfire. Right. Dion was separated from the cameraman and caught in the crossfire inside the restaurant, while Washington was shot and killed outside.
But this happens all the time. Like there was
It's the first time it happened in 25 years.
Did you listen to the article?
No, I never listen when Marcus speaks. But no, in New York City, there was just that robbery a year ago where the cops sent a bunch of bullets flying. They ended up injuring 3 people, and they did end up murdering the one guy they were going for, though. But this is a standard practice.
You know, it's part of the. I mean, if you've ever seen, I remember that time that dude got stabbed in Cheaters when the host got stabbed on the boat. Man, best episode ever. They airing this fucking shit.
Of course they are. They're gonna make so much. People are gonna watch Cops again.
Cheaters. What was the name of that guy? Joey Greco.
Oh, was that it?
Was it Joey Greco?
I believe so.
Joey Greco got stabbed. He was on a boat or something.
Yeah, I remember
now it's all
that.
fake. It used to be real, but after
He's
that,
like, I got you. Stab.
it's the funniest clip.
So what
ever.
you're telling me is that show Cheaters is actually real?
It was for a while, and
then he
now
got
it's
stabbed
totally
on a
fake.
boat.
One guy
Now
takes
it's
a
all
knife
fake.
to the gut and shit changes.
Yeah,
That's when you start scripting.
Yeah,
That's about the turning point to script.
Well, it's all fake now because there was a Supreme Court ruling. It's the same thing that you can't call in actual people any longer on the radio. All those War of the Roses things. I'm about to burst your radio bubble for those people who listen to terrestrial nonsense. It's all actors.
I'm doing that on Tuesday.
Yeah, I did it last week.
Yeah.
All right.
I got set
Point
up for the
proven.
gig, but then I didn't want to get up at like 5 in the morning to do it, so I just didn't get back to the dude. But I was all registered with him or whatever to do it.
People don't know that. People still think it's real callers out there.
Pretend to be a dude who got like cheated on or whatever. Yeah.
But I tell you what, cops blazing bullets. Every room I walk into, I think, where can I hide? What is bulletproof?
I agree.
If shit were going down, like when you're in a subway station and those big garbage cans, I think you can hide in them, and those are bulletproof.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's why you're always found in garbage cans. It's all coming together.
You're gonna die stuck halfway in one of those garbage cans, just
But
all
that's-
lit up with bullets.
It's funny you say that, though, because I agree. I'm always walking down the street hiding behind poles and things, always ready to duck behind something.
Yeah.
Those are
It's
some
a-
big poles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
well,
guys
big ass
live in like
poles.
the demilitarized zone? What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
We're living in the world, man.
Danny,
That's not
open
the
your
world I've been living in. I don't know.
different worlds.
I guess so.
And it happens all the time. Amber, how many times have you been shot at or caught in a hailstorm of bullets?
Or fingered
Every
by like
day.
a guy running by like real fast.
Different question, though.
That's what they
Listener,
call
that
them.
sound is the diddle.
Oh man, I love doing that shit.
Amber? How many times have you been randomly fingered?
Randomly fingered?
Drive-by finger.
I'd say once or twice. They were just like, what's happening?
Yeah. Interesting. And it was in public.
Yeah, just like at a concert or something. And I
Oh,
was like,
hot
what?
stuff.
Yeah.
And they went in from the back or the front?
Oh my God, Finn.
I don't know.
He said
Really
hot,
personal
he started
question.
with hot stuff.
It's hot stuff. That's a hot story.
Your spank file for later when you fucking flocka waka.
I went to a
I
concert.
beat my dick until it's soft. Wait, no, I never touch it.
Just when just only babies.
Everyone beats their dick till it's soft. That's why you do it.
Well, I've never gotten hard.
Good for you, buddy.
You'll get there.
I had a girl. I was at a Reverend Horton Heat concert in L.A. A couple years ago, and some
Chick
girl made
fingered
me
you?
finger her. Right in the middle of the concert. She like took my hand and put it down her pants.
Nice.
Was she hot?
No.
Were you drunk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
man.
find the golden
Sometimes
ring?
that Reverend Horton Heat, he really
It's like
gets it out
sticking
of
it in
you.
a closed
Have to
drop
get fingered.
spot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you
I didn't finish her
Did
off.
you sniff at the end?
Oh, of course. You gotta go wash her.
Why would I even ask that question?
Ed, how many girls have you fingered in a nightclub?
I don't go to nightclubs.
Or in a dark bar / music
I don't
venue?
know. Not that many.
Okay.
5 or 6 of them.
I don't believe it. Yeah, okay.
Standard.
Dozen's good.
How many in a comedy theater?
20.
That's great. Micah, how about yourself? How many times have you fingered a chick in a nightclub?
5 or 6.
That's hot stuff.
Nice.
I love it. So this poor cameraman got shot by the cops, huh?
In the press conference, police chief Todd Schmaderer.
That's right. I think that's Jeremy's last name.
You have to say it like that, dude.
It's pronounced Balin.
Todd Balin.
Balin.
He said that it was, quote, absolutely ridiculous to suggest that his officers may have been showing off for the cameras and that based on the footage, their actions were necessary. He said, my concern with my officers is that they're taking this very hard, for Bryce was their friend. Schmaderers also said that Dion, quote, paid the ultimate price for his service to provide the footage of the real-life dangers that law enforcement officers face on a daily basis to television viewers throughout the world.
They killed him.
They're gonna milk this. They're such scumbags.
Poor Bryce was our friend.
Yeah, ultimate, like he's gotten getting the Purple Heart or something, like he's killing members of ISIS. He's just standing there. You shot the motherfucker.
But he got shot outside of the Wendy's. If he got shot by like the French fryer or like
right,
and that would have been
murder.
Yeah, but you're outside. It's like, well, you paid the ultimate sacrifice. You didn't have to go in there and smell anything.
Yeah, he died doing what he loved, hanging outside of Wendy's.
I think America should all know this, that you really shouldn't point a boom mic at a cop because they will shoot you immediately.
I agree with that, Brendan.
Well, the guy that they actually shot, the one that was in the gunfire with them, he only had an airsoft gun that fired plastic pellets.
These cops are going crazy.
Yeah, but he had a bulletproof vest, but the bullet that killed him went through a gap in the vest near his arm and into his chest.
There's a lot of area to hit.
Yeah.
Is he a big guy?
I don't have a picture of him, but I'd imagine so. Cortez, Washington. It's a big dude.
Sounds like a big guy.
Well, let's not profile.
Sounds like he was smoking PCP, for sure.
I think Cortez Washington is one of the greatest names I've ever heard in my life, actually. I would love to, Cortez. It sounds like someone who you don't steal a French fry from, I'll tell you that much.
Up next on the stage, let's give it up for Cortez Washington.
Hey, you fucking dickheads, you better laugh at the words I'm saying or I'll kill you.
Shit out of you.
Now, Cortez Washington looks like a little guy.
Oh, poor Cortez.
And he was the cameraman.
No, this was the guy that was, he was the one that started the robbery.
Right.
Yeah, he was the one with the airsoft gun, bulletproof
And
vest.
he's already been arrested, apparently.
Oh, he's dead.
Times.
Yeah, he had been arrested before.
He was not dead at the time of that picture. That's a different arrest picture.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. Micah, what do you think about these cops? Too many guns with these cops.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? You just gotta let them do it, you know.
Fuck yeah. There you go.
I love Micah Fox. She's so smart.
Yeah, fuck it. They got guns. Let them shoot.
Yeah. All right, fine. You want
do not use them?
Yeah, you want to change the rule for then take all the guns away for every 5 of them. You give them a bazooka. That way, the one dude with the bazooka, he can kind of control the other 4.
Hey, we get $10 million of extra surplus every year. We take it from the military and we give it to the cops. You know why? Because they got fucking guns. They want to play.
Well, that actually happens, yeah.
It's fucked up.
That's the sad thing about it.
I mean, did they teach them not to kill innocent people, though?
No. They killed the cameraman.
Part of the curriculum.
Well, then maybe that's what, you know, just thinking, you know,
They should
special
go through
ideas.
that. They should go through the same training that this fella there in that Men in Black movie had to go through.
Will Smith?
Yeah, Will Smith. Remember that when he was looking at the person crying there, the alien crying, reading the newspaper there?
It's racist.
At the beginning of Men in Black. No, it's not.
And all he did was shoot the little white girl.
He shot because she was dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just have to cry and read a newspaper and you're good?
And
Well,
kill
because-
random little girls because you think they're dangerous?
Well, that's
I
going
heard
on your
that
record,
wrong.
Danny Tamborelli.
I heard that wrong.
I'll tell you that much.
I love how you had to look at the damn sheet
well, that's
to
messed
say the
up,
man's
dude.
name.
I've been drinking for 36 hours.
And 37 years.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that my 2 uncles who are NYPD cops won't be listening to this.
Oh, they'll be listening. They're
What
number
would
one
they say?
fans.
I don't know. Well, my
that was
one
your
uncle
balls,
was like, well, you know, whatever. Like, we got to do what we got to do.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they do say that, and they're like, well, it's my life versus theirs. It becomes a very, like...
Every day you're putting your life on the line,
right,
you know?
so you think about your life before you think about someone else's, and then you're going to help them. Or
you and your boy, you and your fellow cop brother,
He's
you
your
know?
boy.
Yeah, you love that dude, and he gets
Utah, give me two.
Give
me two.
He takes one fucking right in the fucking forehead. He's got a bullet lodged in between the cortexes.
Right.
And then he's fucking sitting there staring at him. He's bleeding out his fucking head. He's looking at this little girl.
What are you doing?
Playing with candy, fucking shooting a gun off, you know, fucking playing with her pussy and shit.
Oh, God.
And getting into it, too. And they start making out.
Was this the same 9-year-old that had the Uzi that killed the guy?
Yeah, man.
I would see this movie.
I saw that video, man. That shit's fucked up. It cuts it off right before she does it. So you hear her, even though it cuts it off, you hear the sound, and she goes like, "Oh no!"
Well, it's a different news story, but let's discuss that. The 9-year-old that shot her instructor with an Uzi.
Oh, no.
Danny, what do you think about giving a 9-year-old an Uzi?
I don't think it's a very good idea.
I think you're smart.
You got to start them off with a 22.
That's at 9 years old, Eddie.
Let me ask you this.
No, you get one of those sweet little...
There was a Mary who works for us now, and she's a great woman, and she's working for free, and she's right behind
For burritos.
me. For burritos, which is actually offensive to say to her. There's a Chris Gunderson statue right over there by all of our Creek Granderson.
Curtis Granderson.
Curtis Granderson, and it's right by all of our.
Get up and read it off the statue.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Eddie. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Why am I getting yelled at? What I'm saying is, that statue has a warning on it that says, not for people under the age of 8 years old. It's got a huge warning on it, not for people under the age of 8 years old. It is a bobblehead.
Yeah.
There's an Uzi in the hands of a 9-year-old. There's something wrong with that, right?
God bless America.
No one can see it, but everyone just put their hands over their hearts.
Can I ask you this? Was she a cop?
I don't know.
If she was a CIT, she was a cop in training.
If she was a woman behind the badge, I'd have a different thing to say about
An
this.
undercover 9-year-old cop.
That means that she wasn't doing her training right, and she should be suspended from the force for 2 days.
Well,
and then allowed back on the street. Because is she the cop? Is she the little girl with the Uzi in her fucking panties? Got talking to the old priest, and he's like, "Oh, let me see. Can we go into the back room?" You know, and she's like, "Oh, please."
Mm-hmm. Well, the Labrador
That's
that
the movie
was
I want to see is what you're writing right now.
Ed, how many times have you fingered a girl at a comedy club who had an Uzi in her panties?
Oh, man, twice.
All right.
Wow, not bad.
We knew it happened.
Micah?
I always bring this up, but Ed used to have an AK anytime we talk about guns, you know?
I love
You
my
had an AK, Holden?
No, Ed had an AK.
Holden can't have. Holden
I had to
can't
hide
hold
it under my
things.
bed for a couple
Yeah, when I
months.
got arrested, Holden took it upon himself to go to my house and take my gun and bring it to his house.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a felony.
I got his AK and all of his bowl pieces.
Yeah.
This is a satirical podcast. This is just speculation. And none of this
I've
is
never
real.
been licensed, and I had that fucker under my bed.
That's right.
Come and get me, pigs! You fucking suck!
God bless America. I like that, Danny. Very patriotic, and this is a 100% American podcast.
I like Russia. It's a very fun, cold place to be.
That's not the right song.
That's right. Yeah, that was about Russia. It's an
Russia's
American.
horrible.
Yeah.
Do you know there was this group of Muslims found in Russia that were living in these catacombs because they were like, oh, we think that Allah doesn't want us to experience sunlight. So there were babies born underground, and they would live there for like 10 years.
That's kind of cool, though, because that's where, like, lizard people evolve out of.
Yeah, I was going to say, Holden, yeah.
Underground humans.
Yeah.
Their skin complexion must be wonderful.
Yeah, it was all like pale,
Yeah.
like nasty.
Oh, pale and is nasty?
Yeah, it's just fucking horrible.
Can we see them or?
Yeah, you see some photos
Yeah.
of them. And I mean, there's a different kind of pale. There's the pale that's like healthy pale, and that's the God-given skin color you have.
Mostly Irish.
And then there's
Like me.
pale that's like, oh, you are depleted from nutrients.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's like salamander pale.
Yeah.
Blade
No
3
vitamin
pale.
D for you.
So, Jeremy, when did you get out of the cave?
Well, I think I escaped in 06. 08, I learned I had to go back because I forgot my Tybo workout.
The Billy Blake's Tybo, yeah.
My workout VHS. But the thing is, like, I can't give them the upper edge, you know? I wanted to be the guy who knew all the Billy Blank
Moves, yeah. Of
No,
course.
no, not moves. I want to know Billy Blank. It's not about the exercise. It's about me knowing a guy a little better than anybody else.
Billy Blank shot a cop.
Really, full circle.
Really?
What? Shot a cop?
He never shot a cop.
All right. Now we're just
shooting at a cop.
All right, let's get it back down to
Bang, 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 bang. But. I'm sorry.
Danny Tamborelli. All right, Marcus, let's do another news story. So a cameraman was shot outside of a Wendy's because he was trying to film the cops shoot somebody else.
And he's dead. Next story.
All right. That's that one.
A brother and sister in the U.S. are behind bars after allegedly having sex in a tractor trailer parked in a church parking lot.
And
Yes.
listen,
Oh man, this is almost as
figure.
romantic as The Notebook.
I've got something for you as far as the Notebook goes. Police say Christopher Buckner, 20, and her half-brother Timothy Savoy, 25, admitted to committing incest 3 times after watching the Ryan Gosling romance, The Notebook.
Actually, a picture of the Notebook
Wait a second.
like, on this article.
But there
That was
is-
magic what you did.
It's a half thing.
What's that?
What's the deal with the half thing? Is that still incest?
Half brother
Not
incest.
incest. Come
yeah.
on.
Or
We all
we-
know.
Hey,
I'm
come on,
sorry,
they
cards
came
don't
for
work
that.
out.
You're gonna take it away?
I'm just
it's
saying.
incest, man.
Oh, they wanted it. Yeah, it's incest. It's 3 counts of incest, in fact.
You know Ryan Gosling's a product of incest. That's why his eyes are like that.
He
What?
talks all weird.
Yeah.
Did
No
not know
way.
that.
Yeah, they like you only get retarded 3 or 4 generations in, but the first couple are really pretty.
Well, I loved his. That's true. Look at the Bush family.
This is what I've been telling my twin brother since the day we were born, but he ain't buying it.
Mikey, you have sexual fantasies about your twin brother all the time.
Who wouldn't?
Have you seen The Notebook?
Is this so bad? Out of all the things to arrest somebody for, just a couple of people fornicating.
It was a church parking lot. As far as I'm concerned, they do it anywhere else. They're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, church parking.
No way, dude. Adam and Eve's kids were like boning like crazy.
Yeah, we're all
Cain and Abel. Yeah,
if
gay
you-
sex.
If you are truly a believer in
And
the
they loved
Christian,
each other a lot.
yeah, if you believe the Christian mythology, then yeah, we're all members of incest. We're all from families having sex with other people inside their family.
So just fuck me, Josh. God damn it. Why are you withholding?
That's your brother.
That's my
Josh
brother.
Fox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
I mean, come on, Ed. It's like if you met a fucking dog with a hot woman's face, you'd fucking bang the shit out of that
That'd be my
broad.
sister.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't have one. 'Cause that would have been insulting.
I have 2, and I'm insulted for you.
I agree. Should the cops be arresting this couple? What do you think, Amber?
On a church parking lot, they should be like, get out of here. Yeah, you're arrested.
So
But,
it's scram,
you know,
kids, get out of here.
Yeah,
type thing.
scram kids, get out of here.
Sure.
Because people have done a lot worse in church, like molesting children. And they get away with it. So just tell them to get out of there.
Yeah, but they're not related to those children.
Yeah.
That's true.
You make a good point.
Sometimes they are, though. Why is incest so frowned upon?
Because the
'Cause it makes
retarded babies.
retards.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they
4
won't-
generations in, it's like you guys can't hear.
Those first 3 generations are hot as fuck.
That's the only reason that incest is bad?
I think that the
just
mentally
say-
disabled are wonderful people.
I will
Eddie's-
say that is why it's so bad over generation. You know what I'm saying? Just like being homosexual is bad because back in the day they needed to populate
You
the
got
earth.
some incest in your family, right?
My cousin,
I thought he was gonna squeal
my
like
uncle
a pig.
married his cousin on a farm. It was a family reunion and a wedding at the
How
same
hot
time.
are their kids?
They never had kids. I think both their fucking bullshits were all tied up and knotted out, so they didn't fucking have any. They weren't popping out any fucking gunions.
Right.
But at the same time, they also divorced not too long. They were like, I think they woke up like a year later. Were like, you know what? This is totally fucked up, and they
Wait, are
got
we
divorced.
cousins?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, we did it. Like we proved that we're an asshole to the whole family. Let's end this.
Yeah,
Right. Enough.
there's no problem. Like the next generation's gonna totally rebel against their parents. And be like, I don't want to be incestuous like my parents. I'm going for regular people. It's fine.
I'll show you, Daddy. Break
will
my
fucking
vagina.
Oh, my God. One time I was like locked in the closet with my cousin. Not locked, but it was like the door was stuck. And we were like, oh, no. And I was like, oh, no, we got to blow each other now.
And it was a boy.
It was a boy. He's so hot.
And how old was he?
He my age.
How old were you?
This was
30.
13. 30.
And you blew him then.
So what
I
happened
just
next in
wanted
my
to.
darkest fantasy?
I used to have like fantasies about having sex with my cousin. Yeah. Hardcore sex.
Why didn't you?
Jonathan Young, if you're listening, I used to fantasize about fucking you.
Hot stuff, Jonathan. And you made a mistake, Jonathan. You had your chance with Amber, but now it's gone because she's with a very handsome man.
Yeah, he's great. He's not my cousin, but he's great.
Yeah. Well, the next best thing.
I'll still send you that birthday card.
Oh my goodness. Hot stuff, Amber. You're really getting Eddie hard. I don't know why I'm talking.
Is that what that is?
I don't know, Danny.
Have you been here all day? Since
doesn't matter, Holden.
No, this is the part where Ben derails everything.
No, it's not, Eddie.
I can see
Danny took my paper. I don't know what their names are.
What's my name?
Danny Tamborelli.
What's Jeremy's last name?
No one knows.
Correct.
Jeremy, number one experience in your life, favorite opportunity that you ever had.
I once tried to kill Obama.
There you go. There we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
You got
Jeremy with no last name once.
You got a weird thing. You got a weird controller, man. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, buddy. But either way, we're good friends from here on out, and I'll work for the prosecution to send you to prison.
It was Dave Obama. He tried to rape me. Go
Oh, I see. Oh, I hate Dave Obama.
Which one's he?
He's the one who tried to rape Jeremy.
No relation to the president.
Sounds like an asshole.
No, not the president. Not the president?
Not the president. Dave Obama.
Dave Obama.
Dave Obama.
No.
Yeah.
Second cousin, so they could fuck if they wanted to.
Right. I hate Dave Obama. He's a violent liar, and he tried to fill you up.
When we were all kids, we played Goof the Cousins. Twice.
Oh, yeah.
Before we could get drunk and shit.
What is Goof the Cousins?
Elaborate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're on vacation.
Danny wants to know, and so does.
I want to get hard now. It's hard. I want to get
You
hard.
should say what you think it is. What do you think Goof the Cousin is? What do you think it is?
Yeah.
Goofing the cousin.
Get Danny hard, Holden. Tell him what Goof the Cousin is. Or Danny, what do you think? Yeah, Danny, you do
Well,
it.
in a perfect world for me.
This is not about you.
Well,
It is now.
right now. It's about me right now. And it's about my fantasy about what goofing my cousin might be like.
You only
So
have
first
one?
I have to pick.
It's a
Well,
shame.
I've got a lot of cousins. I'm just trying to think of the ones that are of age. Well, I guess they're all of age.
Fuckable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all. You know what?
Get into the good stuff, Danny.
They're all fuckable. I know. I think goofing your cousin is sort of like a reach around that goes on, and the funny goof is you just say that in their ear. You go, "This is just a funny goof."
So it's just a hand job with subtitles.
Yeah,
I see.
I'm a simple man. It takes very little for me to get hard, man.
I like it, Danny.
My version of Goof the Cousins. My version of Goof the Cousins, you're on vacation at Disney World. You're at the resort pool. You throw a bunch of pills in the pool and you say, hey, it's time to play fish eat the pellets, right? With the cousins, right? You tell the cousins, you're like, hey, I'm the fisherman. I own the fish house. You guys got to play fish eat the food pellets, right?
Without using your hands.
Yeah, without using their hands. They go in there and they're wiggling around. They eat all the fucking fun pellets up. And they're like, hey, what the pellets? What the pellets? You're like, get out of the pool. You're going to die in that pool if you stay there any longer. You know, because these things are hard.
The other night, Eddie, Holden, and I were hanging out. And Eddie and I both said, Holden, if you weren't so funny, we would kill you. And that sentence still stands. You're an idiot and you're an asshole. And if you weren't so funny, Eddie and I would kill you.
It doesn't matter. I still came.
That's all that matters. Danny.
No one leaves the room till we all come.
Eddie came, Danny came, Amber is already, she came before she came in here. And of course, Micah doesn't orgasm at all. That's my fault, and we're not going to discuss that on this program. I'm a failure in bed,
I prefer
Micah.
if everybody finishes in my hair. Just sort of like let that out there.
He's going out later.
Where do we start?
Oh, you're going
We're gonna play Ookie Brendan.
Oh, I can't wait.
Somebody's fucking eating this at the end of the night.
You're going to look like that gal from that
Are
movie
those
there.
chocolate chips? No. No, they are not.
Ed, you know this and I know this. I can't go until I shave my bush.
Yeah.
Do they call bush men?
No one speak. No one
is-
speak for
No, we
4
call-
seconds because Holden just
A
said.
guy's bush is called a fern, I thought.
Is it?
I don't know. It sounds better.
It does
Dan-
sound better.
Brendan and Jeremy and Danny, Just describe to me, all individually, how disgusting you think Holden is.
I thought it was called fucking.
It's fine. Brendan?
I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Last name Balin. What sort of scale are we working on? Are we doing a percentage of 1 through 10?
Just say the first words that come to your mind when you look at Holden and then you realize.
Like you'd be a perfect person to kill with like a bust of Teddy Roosevelt.
And Teddy Roosevelt would smile. All right, Brendan, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with ball nipples.
Okay. I want to draw them on him. Yeah.
I think you can keep a child alive.
Oh, I don't think so. Look at Holden and just tell the world what you think about when you look at that ugly fucking toad.
You can train me, man.
You'd also just look at him, and he's an ugly toad.
You can train me.
And he's a lizard man.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You look like a piece of shit in tennis shoe boxes.
He's coming again. He's coming again. Oh god!
Boom goes the cannon.
A piece of shit in tennis shoe box. That's good.
I mean, I don't know. As a toad, I was thinking toads and
I think it's great.
Load of toads.
My dick is delicious.
Oh God!
It's true.
Next news story.
Tastes like fucking.
Wait, can you describe that incest sex again?
Well, it was a brother and sister.
Slower, please.
They were in a church parking lot.
Yeah.
They were in a tractor trailer.
Yeah.
They had just watched The Notebook.
Okay, I'm good.
All right.
And she came. All right, 3 out of the 7.
But wait, if they were members of the congregation, would the priest or whatever would have tried to maybe hide them?
To avoid shame in the community?
Shame and getting in trouble by the police, but they probably didn't pay their money on Sundays. They're not paying for it, so they're gonna get fucked.
It's a money
And
issue.
then they got fucked, and then they got fucked.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the movie Nymphomaniac?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Is it
Have
good?
you seen it? I watched it last night, and my apartment needs a little cleaning. I jizzed everywhere.
You did. You came a lot, huh?
You came to that movie? That
No, it
movie's
was weird.
so sad.
It was weird and sad. You know what was sad about it?
That's how he jerks off. That's how he uses lube. Is he
Fucking judge me, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
No, but it's
He's crying aloe
I heard
vera.
that- I do like some aloe vera. I heard that there was a stand-in vagina and a stand because there was like
Porn
for
doubles.
real
Yeah,
shit.
they had porn doubles.
Porn
So they had
doubles,
real
probably
dick
triples.
sucking and pussy fucking.
Yeah,
But it wasn't the stars that were attached to the dicks.
No.
I think sometimes there was dicks and stars.
Shia LaBeouf really fucked that
They
chick.
digitally.
Oh, I would think.
did?
I would
Yeah,
think so.
on camera.
No, they
I would think
digitally inserted porno dick, cock, and pussy, and
Google it, Mark.
Stole
All
my idea
right.
for a sitcom.
I mean, what do you think? That's kind of a fun job. Do you be a dick stunt double or a pussy stump? I have a great asshole. I could be an asshole stunt
There was
double.
a good movie about that.
You'll last 6
no,
months.
you have a great asshole.
Orgasmo.
Well, I'm always looking at it.
How?
Taking selfies.
God.
You're a
get one of those
he's a
GoPros
big man to be
system going.
taking selfies of his anus.
I've never done it before, and I won't.
That's called smellfies.
I got
Back on track.
I got a friend who doubled her tits in on a movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's like nobody will know. It's
Oh.
just her tits.
So there are like 4 tits.
They have latex tits that you wear over tits now. Like if you're on set and you're like Julia Louis Dreyfus, and you're like, no, I'm Julia fucking Louis Dreyfus. I'm not showing my tits. These
Right.
are my tits. I'm gonna get plastic tits and put those tits over my tits.
Plastic tits
That's
over
what
the
happens
tits.
now in
I would
movies.
get
Yeah,
black
yeah.
women tits over my tits.
That's a great idea. Why don't I think of that? Blitz.
Nobody will know.
Shia LaBeouf did not fuck the girl in Nymphomania.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was a stunt cock and a stunt pussy.
Yeah, stunt
That was
cocks.
some clever B-roll. Or D-roll, as it were.
Yeah.
You know what, Jeremy? You just got yourself a last name. That was funny as hell. Jeremy?
Yeah.
It's Jeremy. Yeah, the man's so funny that I thought that I didn't have a clever enough last name to name him.
That's a cut.
That was funny.
Next news story.
That was funny stuff.
It was fine.
Yeah.
No.
It was humorous, though. The audience liked it.
I don't know about that.
Well, Danny, the listeners loved it.
I just talked to the listeners.
Yeah. What'd they say?
They're not. It's not flying.
They didn't like it, huh?
And I said, "Who the hell is this guy that takes the anal selfies?" And let's move on.
That's me, huh?
Anal selfie guy. That sucks.
Selfie.
That's a shitty.
It's bad to be
Nickname.
anal selfie guy. 2 years running.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning a lot. And thank you so much for educating me.
Can we learn more about more news stories?
Yeah, Danny, as a matter of fact, can you throw to Marcus for the news story?
Marcus, can we get another news story out there?
You got it, Danny.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was so seamless and smooth.
See that? I've been in this business a long time, pal.
Someone's getting replaced.
A grieving family were further distressed when a horse pulling a relative's hearse dropped dead during the funeral procession.
Stupid fucking horse.
Oh, man.
You want to see somebody die? Watch me. I'm a horse. I'll fucking die. I'll show you. No.
I'll drag this corpse over my dead body.
I've been doing this job for 18 years, and I just can't take it anymore.
Andy White, 46, from Dorset over in England, said, "It was horrible. It was my wife's granddad's funeral, and it upset us all." The procession continued by car, and despite the incident, Mr. White described the company as, quote, fantastic. Ronnie, the deceased horse, was a middle-aged...
Ronnie?
Ronnie.
His name's a horse Ronnie.
They're English.
They all gotta have great, fun racing names.
Ronnie's a good racing
Like
name.
Kiss Me Silly. That's a name for a horse. You know, like...
Kiss me, silly, dragging your grandmother.
Yeah, 6 feet under.
Oh my God! Now, when the horse died, did they just attach a hook to the horse's neck and then carry both of them to the grave, or
Attached it to a tow truck and just finished out.
It's
the
fucking-
last-
Why are they dragging a corpse like it's a ride through Central Park? Just fucking put it in the ground.
Burn it.
In de Blasio's New York City, that wouldn't fly.
Don't mention de Blasio again.
Why not?
He's hated on this program, Eddie. We're against him.
I love guineas.
I like de Blasio.
Guineas? You love Guinea.
The blah blah Blasio.
That's right.
He's
That's what I love
always, he's
about
always late to his media and stuff.
That's right, and then he's tall.
Why do you love de Blasio, Holden?
Sounds like a fucking mayor in a fucking Batman movie.
You're a smart guy, Holden.
Yeah, I am. I read the Encyclopedia Britannica A to D. I'll tell you what.
You know, it moved on. There was more letters after D.
No, not that my parents could afford. They were old-time people. I grew up in an Amish settlement called Ye Old Fucker Dick Fuck.
The old fucker Dick Fuckville, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I remember the old fucker
I learned
Dick
how to
Fuckville.
churn a bitch's mayonnaise. I could churn a woman's mayonnaise in 2 minutes.
That's great. Oh, I love a good woman's mayonnaise.
Yeah, you can get a lot of cheese out of a woman if you know the fucking devices.
Have you ever thought that you're saying disgusting words?
You want woman cheese, you come talk to me.
Right, Amber is actually about to vomit.
what if you like a woman came on a piece of toast and then you buttered it? Would you eat it? Like,
I would eat it if I didn't butter it. I love good female cum.
Depends on how hot she is.
Just
That's
female
right,
cum
Danny.
on toast.
Danny, you ever been squirted on
you
before?
don't know. That's the whole thing.
You don't know.
right?
Yeah.
Depends on if
That's
she's
a
my
no.
sister or not.
You've been peed on and you were trying to turn it into something else.
No.
Danny, you been peed on?
Only in the shower.
Oh, well, that's where you do it.
Ben Kissel as
That's
well,
all right.
by the
That's
way.
only-
No,
that's-
I've never
That's when it's
expressed-
okay. And it starts out playful, and then it gets weird.
Yeah.
You're like, no, now you're really peeing on me. And now I just got hit in the face. It's a...
Oh, don't pretend like it wasn't hot stuff.
Well,
Were you
it
splashing
was...
around on the ground and she was pissing on you?
No, she was just pissing on me, and then I was like, oh, you're going to piss on me? And then I pissed on her, and I just pissed on her feet.
Why do you shower sitting down?
Wait, what? Shut up.
Is that how?
I have a
Jeremy, I think it was a good-
I
it was
keep
a-
a squatty potty in the shower because I like to have complete elimination, but I do it in the bathtub.
You know what's
That's hot
crazy is
stuff.
I feel like Kissel had the same experience with an ex.
Really?
I'd never been peed on a day in my life.
He refuses to talk about it, but he told me once they were in the shower and the exact same scenario. It was playful. And they're having fun and peeing on each other, and he always denies
It's
it.
just a
But
joke. I don't think it's anything weird. I don't have like rubber sheets.
Well, I'll tell you got to get
Yet.
different sheets. But no one should ever pee on each other. But theoretically, but it does seem like some fun play.
It's kind of it's a hilarious like extracurricular to do in the shower.
Yeah.
You're washing each other, and all of a sudden I got
Right.
fucking pee. I don't
Hey,
Next thing you know,
Micah,
there's a
just
turd
gonna
on the
pee
floor.
on your
you
Micah,
know?
can you tell us about the time Ben took you to the jewelry store?
Oh, it was a wonderful day.
All right, so for a full disclosure, Micah Fox, she's a beautiful woman, and I'm dating her, and I love her very much. And her pussy is good.
do?
I do, and you're a
Is
bitch.
this how you telling her?
Well, she already knows. She's very mean to me. She's physically abusive.
He begs it.
Marcus, while you were doing this, Marcus was showing me a woman masturbating with a cucumber and fucking coming into a salad and eating it.
That's a hell of a brunch.
You gotta send me that link.
My Google skills are quite good.
Absolutely.
I gotta hear this jewelry story from Micah.
Well, I'll
Wait, you
tell
heard
her.
it from your
Ben, oh Lord, yeah.
Actually, I've never heard your version, Ben.
My version is I'm an unbelievably smart man, and women love jewelry and they're stupid.
Oh my God!
And
I'm gonna break
when you
up with
take
you
a
before
woman
the
to-
story's over.
Fantastic. And when you
I
take a
can
woman
feel
into
it.
a jewelry store, they're going to be like, I'm a fucking turkey. And you feed a turkey jewelry.
Why'd you bring her to a jewelry store?
I brought her to the coolest jewelry store around.
Did you buy her anything?
K Jewelers?
No, he didn't buy me anything. But fun fact about that place, that is where he bought the last girl he was dating jewelry, and they recognized him. Oh, is this jewelry for her? The last jewelry? And no, it wasn't. No.
What a horrible jewelry store!
That's what I'm saying. I'm the victim.
You really are.
Well, they definitely should have fired that girl, but they didn't. He also didn't buy me any jewelry that day.
I wouldn't buy anybody
sure.
jewelry from that store if they blew your spot up like that.
I bought her two different pieces of jewelry from a similar store, and I was not.
And I wear it proudly every day.
Yeah, well, and I was not happy with them.
Can you imagine that? Oh, is this the girl you bought the jewelry?
And I said,
is
no,
that
it's
literally
not.
what they said?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, I recognize you because you're a big ugly dude. You were just
describing
in
me
here.
there,
You
or-
were just in here buying jewelry. Was it for you, miss? No, it wasn't. You should be fired. You should never get laid again. Good day.
Oh my God.
Right.
What jewelry store is this?
It's a place called Vera Meat.
it's across the street from. It's on North 6th, right?
Yeah,
I
it's a
bought
great-
jewelry
it's-
for my girlfriend there.
It's a great jewelry
I got a little
store.
puppy necklace, but I never bought anybody else jewelry from there. Just the one
A
girlfriend.
puppy necklace?
Well, that's what
Little
I've
puppy. She
learned.
always wears it everywhere. She likes little doggies. She likes tiny little doggies.
You bought her a dog
She likes
necklace?
this little
I bought
doggy.
Micah a gun and a grenade. And you bought your girlfriend a dog necklace.
Buy
yeah.
her a doggy necklace rather than a doggy.
Yeah, she because she likes the little dogs. They have heart problems like fucking midgets do. The one died, Chris Rock's
I think
boat.
little people is the is it little people now?
Never had a
Marcus,
midget,
can you Google
for the
the
record.
politically
Yeah,
correct-
it's little. It's either little people or dwarf.
I call them tip tips. But either way, you just scream whatever at them. They're always fucking wasted at the carnival. Why are you trying to even get fucking, it's like impossible to even talk to them when they're fucking wasted all the time anyways.
Tip tips. Tip tips. I think that's actually, I think that's what they want to be called now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're going by.
PC, totally.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to watch one of them like scuba diving. It's like a little tiny
Eating all those pellets.
Yeah. A little tip dip scuba dive in there.
tip.
I saw a really handsome midget in the street the other day. I felt really proud for him.
Yeah. Cool. But Mike,
Peter
you like
Dinklage
that
makes so
jewelry
much
about
money.
you.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
I mean,
mean you should
yeah,
be proud
I'm
of
wearing
it.
it now.
You know, we got beat up by a midget once.
You did, Jeremy?
Oh, a small little person. Whatever fucking.
Yeah, we
It's a
did.
tip dip.
One tip beat all of us up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One at a time or like at the same time?
Uh,
Why were you
Danny's
jumping a tip?
He was
We paid for that
He
tip.
was pistol whipping me in the face quite a few times in a row. It was-
Oh yeah, you know
We
what?
did
Yeah,
we did a
Nope.
we did a sketch.
Nobody's ever seen it because it was the first pilot that we made. It was all like the stuff in between, but it was us, a la Deer Hunter, a la which I've seen a Murder Fist sketch that's has some similarities.
Yeah, we stole it
But I
from
know
you.
you didn't steal it from us because
No,
it's
he did.
done anyway.
Ed,
It's pretty fucking close, though. It's pretty fucking close.
Interesting. A murder fist man boobs feud.
sure.
I mean,
No, I'm happy about the situation. I'm glad we stole it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So you had
Yeah, what sucks is that we didn't put it out, so you guys get to claim it from now on.
We did not.
Idiot.
a tiny adult human with you at the shoot.
Yeah, and he kept saying instead of saying diddy mow, he kept saying meow.
Yeah, like a cat.
He
Like
couldn't
thought
figure it
we
out.
were
He just couldn't
asking
get
him
it.
to be a cat, and we were like, no, if
African
we were
American man beating the shit out of us, saying meow.
meow.
Yeah, he did slap us all in the face a lot.
Yeah.
It was-
I
Why
had a
couldn't
we
you just
paid
roll
for
with
it.
meow?
He
So-
should have paid you guys.
I don't know why he couldn't say meow and instead just said meow. But it was so hilarious. They were like, all right, whatever, guy. And you just say, ow.
So
Got fucking hurt.
the next day was my dad's birthday, so I had to go home and be with the whole family and stuff. And I had this big, like, scar next to my, or like this big
Scar?
not
Scarred that fast?
not
but
so
it
much a
wasn't
scar, but a
big, 'cause-
bruise next to my ear. And my dad was like, "So, what's up with that huge bruise? Like, what have you been doing?" Just a midget, pistol whipping me yesterday. Sorry, I gotta show up looking like
How's the
this.
stock market? Oh, cool.
All right, next news story. A worker in southern China was left hanging from 100 feet up the side of a high-rise apartment building when a 10-year-old boy, apparently annoyed at the construction racket outside his window, decided to cut the safety line on the man's rappelling apparatus.
Yes! Yes!
That kid's
What a
going
hero.
places.
Jail.
Fucking
Chinese jail.
No.
And that kid's name was Eric Clapton.
He's going right. He's going right to the top, man. He's CEO of the next big Chinese company.
Listen, you gotta get shit done.
Oh, yeah.
This noise is so annoying.
What did he cut the rope with?
Xinhua, that is a Chinese newspaper, said the boy was watching cartoons in his 8th floor apartment in Guizhou province
Bugs Bunny did this.
as the worker was outside installing lighting. So the boy took a knife and sliced through the rope that allows the worker to move up and down. The worker was left dangling midair. He yelled down to a coworker who called firemen. He was rescued about 40 minutes later.
40 minutes?
I've got a picture of the guy
I gotta see
hanging.
this.
Wow.
What's going on with the police?
Wait, did the 9-year-old take that picture?
What?
He killed him though, right?
No, he survived. They rescued him.
Really?
Happy
Yeah.
ending, guys.
Damn, dude.
I like the picture of the balls better.
Yeah. Just 40 minutes of him hanging there, huh?
Yeah, he said, when I was using the electric drill, I felt my lower rope shaking. Then I saw the boy cutting the rope with a knife. I shouted at him to stop, but he didn't listen. And soon after the rope was broken, that's when I called to my workmate for help.
Micah lives in a great place in Soho, but there's been construction outside of her apartment for multiple years. Wouldn't you like to do this? Just murder everyone out there?
I've thought about it many times. I purchased a gun, but not the bullets.
Just so you can brandish it in the window. Stop making all that racket! I'm gonna shoot you, motherfucker!
That's a tough civil servant job when you're a construction worker or a window cleaner. Like, no one wants you to be there, but you're doing like a public good. But it's extremely annoying.
No, they're not. These fucking union pieces of shit, they pour concrete, then they jackhammer it. Then they pour it again, and they jackhammer it. They've been doing this for 2 years. They haven't done shit. I mean, I don't work in construction, so I don't know what's happening.
They've
but
been
I'm
doing
pretty
it
sure
in real
that's
life
it.
for like, a couple hundred years. That's usually how it goes. You put down concrete and you jackhammer and you put down more concrete and you jackhammer it some more.
That's right.
That's like the creed of the foreman.
It's a vicious circle.
Thank you.
It is.
Aimed at pissing off you.
Well, that's not nice.
I like that. Brendan, where you're from New Jersey, and your parents were nice, huh?
Yeah, we grew up together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New Jersey. I grew up with this kid. My parents were
What'd your dad do?
people. He's in construction.
Nice segue.
Oh, yeah.
I'm great at them, Danny.
Is that the only thing you're great
My
at?
father was
Yeah.
he was an iron worker, so if you travel through New York City with him, he'll point out 17 fucking staircases that he made.
That's great.
As you drive along.
I can just see you pissed off in the car, just like, I can't hear about these fucking staircases anymore, man.
Just stairs.
Yeah.
Dad.
Nice.
Build an escalator and then we'll
railing.
fucking talk.
Staircases.
See that building on 46 and 11th? Yeah, that staircase from the 3rd floor to the 5th floor. I built that.
I love you, Dad. Words that have never been said.
Well, the boy, after speaking to police, finally admitted to what he did. His father, surnamed Tang, was called to come back home from work. He gave Lou, the worker, a sincere apology on behalf of his son and compensated him with a new safety rope.
That's it?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that piece of shit kid.
That kid didn't get the shit kicked out of him?
How does he still
Oh, I
have
bet he
videos?
did. I bet he got 100 lashes.
I don't know. It seems like this kid is so goddamn wealthy.
Cane him. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Wait, just a new cable? He already had a cable till his kid fucking broke it. He's not getting out ahead. You gotta
Yeah,
get
you
out
gotta
ahead.
get more.
You gotta get out ahead.
Yeah.
I agree.
2 cables.
You want
At
to punish
least.
him?
And the
Money.
knife.
He
What
can
about the
never drink Tang again.
Because he tried to kill
Fucked
Tang
kid.
once.
Oh, is this the kid? Is this the kid of the dad who
the
invented
dad.
Tang?
Yeah.
Is your name
Dead
Tang?
Yeah.
to you.
Is it? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, the kid is named Tang.
Oh, the
The
kid's
kid's named Tang.
Yeah.
Oof. That's even worse to never have Tang again then.
Yeah.
Wait. No, you're being serious?
The last name of the kid was Tang.
Tang.
But it's not like officially the.
Damn you,
the
Tang!
family
Damn you, Tang!
Is it the Tang family from the Tang drink?
I don't think it's the Tang family.
I
No,
think it's
they just
facts.
live in an apartment complex in China.
Don't listen to him. I
brought
believe
Tang
it.
to
Let's
the
just
moon.
believe that it's the guy from Tang. Okay?
I like Danny's
I like
idea.
it.
I'll tell you what, America would never bring anything Chinese to the moon.
What is wrong with you, Ed?
What is happening?
I'm right.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
We brought
this
the whole
is-
spacecraft that was made in China to the moon.
God bless America. Oh, yes,
No, I like
right.
that song and I love this country. And this is a USA All the Way podcast.
The guy that invented Tang, Dr. William A. Mitchell, food scientist, also invented Pop Rocks, Jell-O, Cool Whip, and powdered egg whites.
He also had the
Powdered egg whites.
Other than powdered egg whites, that guy's my fucking hero.
Until you try. You ever
Yeah. Egg
powdered
whites?
egg whites? Oh, man.
Powdered egg
Dude,
whites.
ski the slopes of powdered egg whites.
I might do a couple of lines of egg whites if you're getting a little crazy.
Jeremy,
like coffee.
Jeremy, favorite thing about powdered egg whites? What?
Powdered egg. What favorite thing about powdered egg?
Oh, he's on him. He's on it good.
He's
I'm on it.
powdered egg whites right now.
Stored powdered egg whites since he got here.
Doing goddamn podcast while I'm on it.
Who knows? Starts clunking.
my
with
God,
the chicken
tissue.
and shit.
Whoa, man, this guy is a fucking serious. He had a lab accident when he was in college that left him with 2nd and 3rd degree burns over most of his body.
Wow.
Yeah, his first major success came with a tapioca substitute he helped develop during World War II in response to the disruption of cassava supplies. And because of this, tapioca quickly became known as Mitchell mud within the U.S. the World War II
Mitchell
infantry.
mud.
What's more delicious than tapioca?
Mitchell mud.
So the guy who invented Pop Rocks blew himself up.
No wonder. And then they went
amazing.
on. And then they went on to make a television show about
How
him.
did he get his injuries?
Walter White.
Coca-Cola? He had Coke and Pop Rocks? Why is that weird? Why is that weird to anybody?
Mitchell mud. I feel like that's what you call your cum, Holden.
No, I call it drip. I call it roundhouse kick.
Roundhouse kick?
I call it roundhouse, and then I call it kick, depending on if it hits her in her fucking nose or not. I call it fucking twisted rope when it comes out in knots. I call it lounge singer when it fucking screams at a bitch.
I call it Holden Honey.
I agree.
You're my little Pooh Bear.
I'll tell you, there's no
Next time on the Love Connection.
there's no greater joy than just asking Holden to respond to something.
I had 9 bitches call it Skittles.
At once?
That is disgusting, and you're gross, Holden.
And speaking of which, it's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
Oh no, he doesn't know what to go with. So we had 2 different ones. People had differing opinions. Do we
Do the other one next week.
Do
You're
the-
fine.
So which one do you want to
Can
do?
we stop the segments?
God, no.
No.
I've been told by multiple.
It's part of the show.
All right. Well, I would love to end it.
Do you want to do a dance or a romance novel?
Romance novel.
All right. Create your own romance novel. I'm going to start. Marcus is a fucking $1 million, billion-dollar book publisher, and he's going to pick up one of these romance novels, depending on what we all go through right now. It's a basic plot. We don't want to get too crazy because we only got fucking 50, 70 more minutes on this program.
I don't know.
All right, so mine's called The Skies of Etherea. All right? Fucking naked ass. Well, you got to remember, too, it's got to be like old ladies need to be fucking fingering their
Juicing
fucking
out.
wrinkle outs to this,
yeah,
you know? Like, so it's not like the same. It's not like porno, right? So it's a man with very long hair. He's an angel, big wings. He's of Christ, you know? Get the kind of religious women in there, right? He's got like a big fucking hose. And like, there's this chick. She's like a nerdy librarian. Her name's fucking Dolores, right?
Dolores?
Yeah, Dolores. She works in books.
European.
She works in a giant book archive, right? Like in this big ancient university, and she finds this ancient book with an angel's praise in it. And it's like, go out to this certain fucking knoll, field or whatever and fucking say the angel's praise, and he'll, and she's lonely and shit, and this one dude named fucking Nergy is trying to fucking get at her fucking clam, but she was like, no, fucking clip clop on his fucking ass. Took her out to fucking see a movie, ended up farting in the middle of it. So she's pissed, right? She's not been loved, right? So she goes out to this field, she says the fucking angel's praise, right? He comes down, and just fucking, then he just fucking takes her to town on the knoll, right? But then he's got to prove himself. But then he's got to prove himself to stay on land. Now he wants to be a human, and she's like, "Yeah, I need you to be a human." Starts like telling him he's got to like clean up more around the house and shit, which pisses him off. Yeah. And then he goes out and cuts his wings off in this fucking protest or whatever, right? And then they just, essentially it's just fucking from there. Once the angel comes down, they're just fucking kind of.
Right. Well, that's interesting to know what you were thinking about for the last 90 seconds.
So hot.
Hot stuff. Micah.
How does it end? How does it end?
Well, they fuck Eddie.
She bites his cock off and goes to heaven.
Oh, well. All dogs do.
Yes.
Micah, what is your romance novel plot?
It's called Micah and Josh Fox Finally Fuck.
Oh, take it easy. All right,
I love it.
And, okay, it takes place in 1986, and Mike and Josh Fox are only 5 years old.
Where does it start?
upset.
Where does it start?
Go on.
Does it start in a closet?
It's in Scottsdale, Arizona, and there's a laundry room in between the playroom and their bedrooms. And
You had sex with your brother.
Ben, let her finish.
Let her finish.
For once in her life, Ben, let her finish.
Are you implying that I haven't made her come? Because that would be true.
Micah, please continue where you left off. Playroom, laundry room.
Ben, I think it's important you understand these fantasies.
Call her sis.
So, Micah's in the playroom, and then she hears Josh in the laundry room, and she goes in, and she's like, "Hey, Josh, you want to touch tongues?"
And then what happens?
And then they do.
So is that the extent of it? So is there like multiples? Like one of those things where like it starts off that like that's like book one.
Well, yeah, and then there's many chapters of them ditching Hebrew school to keep touching tongues.
It's a very Jewish story.
Well, how does it end, Micah?
He rejects her.
Oh. And she ends up with a big awful.
Oh, it turned so sad there.
Kissel, what do you got?
Romantic novel?
No. Fucking. What kind of dance would you do?
Yes.
So what would you call it?
I would do a dance. It would be called the old Jello.
All right.
And it's just me shirtless.
Okay.
And they say, oh, look at that old Jello. So that's that.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very good.
All right.
Going
Brendan,
back to romance novels now.
You're on, Brendan.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, romance novel?
No, you're done. You did the
I'm
dance.
done?
Now you get to do romance novel next week.
I'd get with a woman and make her really like me.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that fucking chick.
Yeah, that's so hot.
It's a horror novel.
Science fiction.
Run, get out of there! Don't open that door!
That's my novel.
Oh no, he's doing the Jello.
Everyone gets absorbed
Who
by it.
shaved Bigfoot?
He shaves himself now.
He's so big.
I don't get it. I don't get the joke.
Too big.
He's so tall.
A lot of jokes being flying around, and I think the audience is loving it. I'm not enjoying it.
I just got another phone call from the audience. They love it.
They love it. Okay, good. Yeah.
All right, romance novel.
Okay, mine's a spin-off of F. Scott Fitzgerald's Tender is the Night. Plural.
Oh, that's the one we haven't read.
Yeah, this is the one nobody's read. It's really good. But it's actually called Tinder in the Night, and it's about our main character. His name is Tanny Dambarelli. And
Sounds
he's
like
just
me.
this like super foxy dude with like long hair, and
no,
he's
not
just
me.
like it's like super like round. And it's shaped like a bell.
What does he get into? What's happening?
He just like he's like big into social media, like Tinder, and he just like finds these girls, and he just like really sweeps them off their feet and gives them like everything they want, including like
Hold on here. Are you
extraordinarily-
trying to have sex with Danny?
Well,
Is that what's happening?
You don't have to go through all this, but
know,
you can
it's
just
like,
you can just come out and tell me.
Is that what's
That's fine.
happening? Did Roundtable make a love connection?
but like for one night, these girls are just like so swept away.
I love it. What's the name again?
It's Tinder in the Night.
Tinder in the Night.
Yeah.
Good
And
Lord.
This Tanny character just really, he makes a woman feel like she wants to feel, but like just for one night.
Steamy situation.
Jeez.
I always wanted to hug a bear named Tanny.
My glasses.
All right.
Give me 20 minutes. I'll take my shirt off. You can hug me.
Look how sweaty he is.
I'm sweating now. Yeah, it's
Your
hot
name's
as
not
balls
Tanny.
in here, by the way.
Yeah, it's fucking hot as shit. Well, faster you give us your romance novel plot,
Oh,
the
okay,
faster
sure.
we'll get out of here.
Well, my romance novel is a take of Mamma Mia, the Broadway, but it's Led Zeppelin songs and it's called Misty Mountain Bop.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah. So basically, it's about this guy who's like way into Led Zeppelin, and he tries to act out all of the weird, like fantasies that are in Robert Plant's lyrics. So he tries to have sex with.
It's mostly just telling
It's basically Lord of the Rings, because that's pretty much all they wrote about was weird fantasy shit.
Yeah, it's just pretty much.
That and like old blue stuff, like getting their lemons squeezed and riders and like.
Right.
So he keeps it old school, and just basically, it's basically Led Zeppelin and Lord of the Rings combined with lots of fucking.
Well, you got the gift of gab and you got the gift of storytelling, and I'm rock hard.
I was just trying to get away with it quick. It started
Led Zeppelin and
Misty Mountain Bop. Misty Mountain Bop.
Will
And at
Link-
the end, every time he climaxes, it's a different end of a phrase.
Oh, I feel like I'm.
Will Link from the game Zelda be in it? Will Bowser be in it?
Well, no. Link, I have a
I'll trade Link
letter
for
of
Bowser.
I have a letter of intent from Link.
Okay.
But I'm waiting on Bowser.
I bet
Marcus, edit
Bowser's
out when I said.
Well,
Just leave a big.
gaping.
Shall we, Ed? Do you want to go next? Or you want to finish it out?
Well, let Jeremy go.
Jeremy, you give it a go.
I think mine's gonna be called "Hold Me Now" based on the '80s song. I'm like
Okay.
80s, dude.
My name's kind of in there, so that's fine.
Yeah, and it's about this guy I know named Holden, and he doesn't have arms.
Thank
But-
God.
But the name of the
Can't
thing
fight
is
y'all.
called "Hold Me Now." All he wants is to be held. And nobody will do it. And he meets this one nice girl, and she's a fencer, and so they're like, "No, this will never work. I'm a fencer, and you don't have arms." And it turns out that he makes a great practice dummy without arms. And then like later down the line, like he tries his best to like put it in her and stuff, and like the thing is though, like it's hard to
Find this guy.
it's hard to put it in somebody who's a fencer when you don't have arms.
Yeah, that's true.
But he does actually make it happen once they hook up, and it's no big deal.
Will
Like,
there be an ice sculpture scene in the book?
well, there'll be an angry ice sculpture scene, so it'll start out as like, this is promising, this is really gonna work out between us, and then it's like, she's like, fuck him, you don't have arms, how you gonna hold me now?
I hold the bitch with my legs. And that's when she screams, "Hold me, Holden! Hold me, Holden!"
Yeah, you can't do it. So
fucked up.
basically it doesn't really go anywhere.
Oh, the love that couldn't be.
It's
I
one
think
of
that's
the romance novels that you pick up and you're like, oh, this is great premise, which it is.
Right.
Yeah.
and then it doesn't really go anywhere.
At the end, do you beat him to death with the bust?
Oh, I come.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, I come at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
The author comes.
You're in there. Yeah.
I, as the author, have entered the story.
Then I came.
End story.
And I came.
It's not about the
In
material.
parentheses, I just came.
Great story. Yeah, that's powerful, Jeremy. If I had to choose, I would say
Hold
you're.
me now.
Wow. Yeah, hold me now. Yeah, I think that's number one for me. But Eddie's got a lot.
Oh yeah, I think if somebody's back and cleanup is gonna kill it.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna go the same way that I always do it.
Monkeys.
This book's called "Come Monkey Come," and
okay, we're getting right to the point.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called "Come Monkey Come," and what it is, it's a guy. He's working in the science lab, and there's a bunch of monkeys there. Matthew Broderick would be great if it ever became a movie.
Perfect.
And
I'll get hold of him.
Yeah, and
I mean, but no, you're laughing and shit. But if you're serious, I'll get hold of him. I mean, you guys think it's a joke, but it's not.
So anyway, Matthew Broderick's fucking beating off all these monkeys, and he's like, come monkey, come monkey, come monkey, come.
Right.
Yeah, and then he's going to town on all these fucking chimps and gorillas.
Yeah. More natural.
No more monkeys coming on the bed.
Yeah. It's what they're doing is they're getting all the monkeys to come in one bucket, and so they're just gonna mix all the monkey cum together. And a couple of humans are gonna come in there too.
So you started, by the way, for the listeners at home, he started making jerk off motions on himself like he's the monkey.
Like he's the monkey. And it's a big bucket too, listeners. It's a very big cum
Are you
bucket.
gonna start reverse AIDS?
No. See, what's gonna happen is we're gonna build a new monkey. We're gonna get it this way, so it's come monkey come. You get all the monkeys in the room. One monkey, it's like Noah's Ark, but with all monkeys and cum.
Yeah.
Eddie is now laughing at himself, by the way. I want to say, no one actually laughed except for Ed at his joke, and now everyone is reacting because Eddie laughed so hard. So I want to make that clear for the podcast listeners and all of
Third in the animals.
Right.
We're just going to have
The alternate title for Noah, the new Darren Aronofsky movie, was actually Come Monkey Come.
Yes.
But
we'll purchase the film if you change the title.
Right.
No, you will not tell me my art.
This is not about the Bible.
It's clearly Noah. Just change the title.
Darren went a
Wait,
different
so
way.
they get the bucket of monkey cum.
Yeah.
And they get a funnel and they jam it into Marge Simpson, and then they fucking pour it all in her.
All right. Marcus, you have a tough decision to make. Marge Simmons.
It's just so sensual,
It's hot stuff. The whole thing is.
You gotta pick one.
Yeah.
Scintillating and sensual.
Misty Mountain Bop. Hey, Misty Mountain Bop.
It's not bad.
Marcus, I'm ready to be drunk somewhere else.
really knows how to
So if
write
we
fucking
could,
women.
I love Zeppelin. I love monkeys. Not a whole lot of plot there.
No plot.
There's a lot of plot.
We're
making
There's
a
a
new
lot of
monkey.
it's cum. It's not plot.
what's the
Monkeys to
conflict,
jerk
though?
off in the film.
The conflict is, well, how do you get it out of her?
Oh, my God.
Eddie has a brain, but it's not used for good.
Well, I'd say we get him a good editor, come up with a good ending, and we're gonna publish Hold Me Now.
Oh! Jeremy, say your last name and say it proud.
That's bullshit.
All right, that's been Danny Tamborelli.
Oh, my God. Are you reading it? How are you fucking reading that name? All right.
President O'Rourke and Jeremy.
Balin.
All right. Eddie Holden, thanks so much for being here, Micah Fox.
Say the man's name.
Oh, man,
I already said it.
He did?
Yeah. And Man Boobs. Yeah, check out Man Boobs.
Comedy.
And they're going to be on
Everyone said their
Too
Twitter.
Fat.
I'm on Ben Kissel. What are you at?
At D Tamborelli.
Okay, Jeremy?
I don't really do Twitter.
At Man Boobs
Brendan.
Comedy.
At Man Boobs Comedy.
At Man Boobs Comedy.
At Get Girl 69420.
And you can see Man Boobs on Thursday at Too Fat for Ponderosa on Grand.
It's just called Too Fat, Eddie.
Too Fat? I don't know.
It's just called Too Fat.
We'll be there.
Hell yeah.
It'll be at the Grand, and then I'm going to start pressing this, Eddie. I got to do a week at the Creek on October 15th. Start.
October 15th?
Yeah, that's where it starts, and then it's the whole week.
The whole week?
Yeah.
You're going to perform every night?
We'll
be out of town that week.
Yeah.
I'm going to LA that week.
That's so nice.
It's going to be hot stuff. Everyone's going to come, and they're going to love it. I'm going to be I'm the greatest stand-up comedian that's ever existed.
Who's opening for you?
No one's opening for me. I'm opening for myself.
Really?
Yeah.
You should do that.
I'm
You
also
should do
emceeing
like
for myself.
You should do like 5 minutes, then leave stage and come back.
That's hilarious. I will be doing that.
That's hilarious.
Anything
Shut up.
Anything comedy related?
Holdenators Ho, Cowman, ripping it up, continuing to rip it up every fucking day of
Can
your
Murder
life.
Fist open for you one night?
Murder Fist can. I want the Kisselites to get out there. Let's join a Facebook page. Let's get 500 strong, and then we're going to start attacking people on Twitter, which will be exciting.
What's this?
Kisselites.
Oh, come on.
The Panini Weenies.
No, I don't like
Yeah, the
Panini
Panini
Weenies. It's
Weenies.
weak sounding and pussy.
Everyone has their own little crew, apparently.
It doesn't matter.
But it's the
damn
same 4 guys
Panini
that just like
Weenies?
all of
Yeah,
it.
Panini Weenies was the nickname we gave him. They made a fan page for him the very next day.
I
They had him
rejected
change
it.
Panini Weenies is a great fucking fan page. I'm done with this shit. Holdenators Ho. Everyone smoke a bowl and fucking forget about the parents.
God damn.
Don't forget to send in your pictures of your balls.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Send us some.
Send us your tits. Don't listen to Holden, and let's see some butt cracks.
Guys, I'm
Only-
sending you my tits and my balls.
That's
Thank
so
you.
nice of you.
Holden just dropped my mic.
I want you to fucking see inside of you. I want you to put a camera up in you, and then
GoPro,
your
if you hear
ass
this,
or
we
your
need
puss
sponsors.
or
We're going to
your
attach a
mouth.
GoPro to the head of your dick.
Yeah, and I want you to put it in you, and that's the picture I want.
You want colon pictures.
But use the flash. Don't be an idiot.
Selfies.
All
right, any
God
program.
damn it, make sure that camera's sideways.
Should we go?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
The whole thing's over.
Everybody, Mike.
Hey, Danny, you want that squirting video?
What's that?
You want that squirting on the salad video?
Oh, I mean, if you got it queued up, I can just look at it real quick.